In today's video, we're uncovering jaw-dropping secrets about mountain goats that will leave you stunned. These fearless rock climbers aren't just experts at scaling impossible heights. They have incredible abilities and quirky habits that make them true masters of survival. Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. From gravity-defying leaps to their surprising social dynamics, we're diving into the untold facts you never knew about these remarkable mountain goats. It's time to meet the daredevils of the mountains like never before. So, here are some crazy facts you probably didn't know about mountain goats. Number 1. What do they look like? Honestly, they look like a fairy tale creature, maybe something out of a Tolkien novel. Whimsical and mysterious, yet hardy and powerful. They are large mammals covered by a long, creamy, and lush coat that keeps them warm during the harsh winter months. In fact, it's no coincidence that they're white. This way, they can go unnoticed in the snow. It's their mountain goat camo, if you will. When spring arrives, they shed the thick fur by jumping up and down like crazy, which is very fun to watch. They may also rub against trees, that works too. But the most badass feature of these creatures is the fact that they have black lips, nostrils, hooves, and horns, which contrast with their white fur. It's quite a sight. Adult males have a beard that grows up to 5 inches long. Number 2. The mountain goat is the only living species in its genus. When an animal is the only living species in its genus, it means that within the broader classification of life, the animal is unique in its immediate group. This means that there are no other currently existing organisms that share the same genus with it. In other words, it is the only living representative of its immediate evolutionary branch. This can indicate that the species has evolved along a distinct path, leading to its isolation within its genus. For example, we Homo sapiens belong to the family of the great apes or hominids, which we share with the gorilla, the chimpanzee, the bonobo, and the orangutan. But we are the only living species of our genus Homo because we clearly evolved in a very different way than the other great apes. The same thing happened with mountain goats. Now, don't get me wrong, mountain goats are distantly related to ordinary goats, but funnily enough, they are more closely related to antelopes, takins, and chamois. They are the only living species in the genus Orimnos. The name Orimnos is derived from the Greek term oros, meaning mountain, and the word amnos, which translates to lamb. There's an alternative interpretation of the first half of the word. Oreus means mountain nymph. See, I told you mountain goats are like something out of a fantasy novel. Number 3. What do mountain goats eat? Mountain goats are herbivores. Yeah, that means they are vegan, just like your friend Stephanie. They eat a diet that consists mostly of mosses, lichen, grasses, herbs, sedges, bark, and twigs. They're classified as ruminants, which includes giraffes, okapis, deer, cattle, antelopes, sheep, and goats. Ruminants acquire nutrients from the plants they eat by fermenting them in their stomachs before they digest them through microbial action. They make their own kimchi in their stomach, kind of. For that sophisticated and complex process, most members of the ruminant family have a 4-chambered stomach and also two-toed feet, but that's pretty random. The first 2 chambers of the stomach are like large fermentation vats where microbes break down the hard cellulose into smaller, more malleable carbohydrates. After that, the goats will regurgitate that tasty, half-digested concoction and chew on it a bit more with their cheek teeth, which are perfectly well designed for just this purpose. This way, they can break down the tougher matter that the microbes couldn't break down. Then it's time to swallow the whole thing again and continue the process. Digestion for them is a long and difficult affair, and their stomach works non-stop. It takes them about 11 to 15 hours to fully digest their food. I feel bloated just thinking about it. Before moving on to the next point, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to my merchandise. You can support my content by getting your favorite products from my store or by simply joining my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 4. You can tell the age of a mountain goat by counting the rings on its horns. Yep, just like you can tell a tree's age by its rings, you can also tell a mountain goat's age by the rings on their horns, but only when they're older than 22 months. This is possible because their horns are not shed. They have the same pair of horns their whole life. Each year, the horns grow a little bit more, creating a visible ring called an annulus at the base of the horns. By counting all the annuli and adding 1 to 1.5 years, the age when the first annulus is formed, you can determine the mountain goat's age. Before they reach that important stage in life, the kids have only 1-inch long buttons during their first fall. But once the horns start growing, they grow fast. In fact, by the time they reach the yearling age class, most mountain goats have already attained over half of their horn length. Impressive, isn't it? Number 5, they weigh 100 to 3. I don't know if you've noticed, but nannies and billies look pretty similar, don't they? In fact, they look almost exactly the same, except for one difference: their size. As a general rule, females are about 15% smaller than males, like in most mammal species. Billies weigh an average of about 150 pounds but may weigh up to 300 pounds, whereas nannies average about 125 pounds and can reach a maximum weight of 250 pounds. From a distance, the difference in size can be quite subtle. Also, an adult female and a 2-year-old male look exactly the same and show no difference in size whatsoever. But if you really want to differentiate between males and females, you should look for other clues. The main indicator of gender in adults is the beard. Males have a long, full beard, while females' beards are smaller and harder to spot from a distance. A 1-year-old mountain goat, male or female, normally weighs about 60 to 70 pounds and stands at about 27 inches at the shoulder. Kids are always the easiest to recognize because of their little size and overall cuteness. They stand at 20 inches at the shoulder and weigh only about 35 pounds. Number 6, a mountain goat's white coat has a double layer. Like most animals that live in very cold and windy climates, their fur is not just for show. It is a crucial survival tool, and without it, they would simply perish. That's why their fur is so bulky and thick. And there's more to it than meets the eye. Mountain goats are among the North American continent's most cold-adapted species. They've survived for a very long time in some of the most unforgiving habitats you can imagine. They couldn't have done it without the proper mountain gear. Unlike us humans, who have to buy our warm and waterproof coats, mountain goats grow their own, and it's probably of a lot better quality than anything you'll find in any high-end shop. Their fur protects them perfectly well from all the elements. So, how does it work? Well, it has 2 layers. The layer close to their bodies is like the soft wool of a sheep. It's soft, warm, and thick, providing a base layer of insulation so the animal's body heat can't escape. Think of it like being under a very warm duvet during a cold winter night. The second layer has long, thick hairs called guard hairs, which cover the woolly fur. The guard hairs' job, as their name suggests, is to protect the animal's body from wind, rain, and snow. The design works so well that these creatures don't even have to think about the cold. It doesn't bother them. The thing is though, when spring comes and the sun shines stronger, that super thick and cold-adapted fur becomes a liability. For starters, it gets stuck everywhere, and the animal would suffer from heat stroke. The solution is quite simple. They shed it. They jump around and rub against trees and bushes, leaving behind big chunks of fluffy balls of fur, just like putting away your winter coat and taking out your light jean jacket. Number 7, females live in bands or herds with kids. Males live in groups of 2 to 3. After mating season is over, usually around December, nannies and billies go their separate ways until the next mating season. At that point, billies leave, often alone or with 2 or 3 other adult males. On the other hand, nannies form large nursery groups. Sometimes these herds can reach up to 50 individuals. Although these groups are rather loose-knit, they all have their babies together and take care of each other. After 6 months of pregnancy, the adorable little babies are born during springtime, from late May to early June. The moms usually give birth to a single baby. For security reasons, they often go through the birthing process on an isolated ledge, far away from predators. After that, they will lick their kids dry and eat the placenta, just like Tom Cruise. And within mere hours, the adorable little kids are already running and jumping around on the rocks. The kids will stay close to their mothers for the first year of their life or until the mom gives birth again to a new sibling. For a mountain goat mother to protect her kids, she has to lead them away from danger. You will often see them positioning themselves below their young ones on steep cliffs to stop potential free falls, and they will not hesitate for 1 second to stand over their babies when a predator is lurking in the vicinity. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.